Joe Rogan gets called out on his own podcast. Joe Rogan has been called out over the guests he has had on his podcast. A recent episode of The Joe Rogan Experience, British journalist Douglas Murray told the podcast host, "It's weird to mainstream very fringe views, constantly, and not give another side." Newsweek has contacted a representative for Rogan via email and Murray via an online contact form for comment outside regular working hours. Why it matters. Rogan is one of the most influential podcasters in the world. He has faced criticism over the years regarding guests who have appeared on his show, with critics accusing him of spreading misinformation, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic. The Joe Rogan Experience has also drawn criticism over its discussion of conspiracy theories and defense of controversial comments. In the 2024 presidential election, Rogan endorsed Republican candidate Donald Trump, despite having been highly critical of him in the past. He interviewed Trump on his podcast shortly before voters went to the polls and later attended Trump's inauguration. What to know elsewhere in the episode, which also featured the comedian Dave Smith, Murray said, "Since the war in Israel began, and since the war in Ukraine began, you've had quite a lot of people who are very against both, in different ways. Do you think you've had enough people on who are supportive of either war?" Rogan responded that he didn't know if enough was a good word. Murray then said, "Let's say enough people who are on the side of Israel instead of wild critics." "I've had a few," Rogan replied, when Murray asked if he believed he had tilted one way with the guests he had invited on his show. Rogan said, "Yeah, probably. More tilted toward the idea that perhaps the way they've done it is barbaric." Murray then asked, "Why do you think that is?" "I don't think about it that way," Rogan replied. "I just think, I'd like to talk to this person." Murray also specifically criticized some of Rogan's former guests, including Ian Carroll, a YouTuber known for promoting both conspiracy and anti-Semitic theories, and Daryl Cooper, who previously made comments on Tucker Carlson's podcast that were viewed as being sympathetic toward Adolf Hitler. Commenting on his decision to bring Carroll on his show, Rogan said, "I brought him on because I wanted to find out, how does one get involved in the whole conspiracy theory business? Because his whole thing is just conspiracies." Murray continued, "There's been a tilt in the conversation, both conversations, in the last couple of years. And it's largely to do with people who have appointed themselves experts, who are not experts."